Hi guys, this is Matthew. I'm going to be walking you through my 2022 Tesla Model 3 versus 2019 Tesla Model 3. So this is really a video. I know there are a lot of videos out there with Tesla reviews. I had a unique situation where I just got a new Tesla, and it gives me a chance to compare the older model versus today's model. And that's particularly interesting if you're thinking about upgrading your Tesla. So behind me here's the 2022 Tesla Model 3. Oops. Hi. And here is the 2019 Tesla Model 3. It's the exact same exterior color, interior color. For the 2019, I got the base Model 3. It came with 204 miles of range. I got FSD, and you can see it's got chrome on here. One of the main differences is this does not have a power trunk. So if I lift it, I have to lift it by hand, a small difference. And then I did actually notice one small difference with the frunk. The 2019 frunk is actually just a touch bigger. It's a little bit, just a touch deeper. I think it's just an inch or two. So hopping in here, one of the other differences is the center console. So this center console, the old center console, I thought was pretty funky. It's got this flap here. And then it's got a flap kind of underneath it. I always thought it was kind of strange. In the new one, they've redone that. I think the new design is really good. The interior experience is exactly the same. I haven't noticed any differences at all. And here's the 2022, the exterior. I think the chrome delete looks really good. I feel like, yeah, it looks snazzy. A lot of people like it. I definitely like this new feature. But if you look at the exteriors, they're really exactly the same. I actually think they made just the tiniest tweaks to the width, but it's really super duper similar. One of the other main differences is the power trunk. I definitely like this. This is great. And something else to note about Tesla is that they just have so much storage. You got the front trunk in the front. You got the back trunk, which has a whole lot of space back here, and then there's a storage compartment down here, which has even more space. So it's super awesome. And then the only other slight exterior difference is the front trunk. It is just slightly shallower, just a touch shallower. And I know this because my handyman bag just barely fits now. Before it was kind of a squeeze, but now it just barely fits. All these items are the same. I actually run an Airbnb business, that's why I have all these items up here, but it is just slightly smaller. Here is the center console. This is the new center console. I definitely like this design. So it's got this slick, you push this guy up, and then if you want to close him, he closes. So it really separates these areas, and so you don't have this funky kind of flap thing going on. And then another cool thing is I got this little storage container. Definitely recommend getting this. It slides out. It's got the little compartments, slides back, super cool. And I also got this new phone holder. This thing is super awesome. It holds on back here. I'll put the link in the description. I love this thing. I used to have like a neck holder, and definitely like this design way better. It's super secure. Other than that, everything is exactly the same. So you have the same experience, same screen, all that kind of stuff. So now I'm just going to talk about why I upgraded. So I'm an early reservation holder. I was in line and made my reservation the morning of them showing off the Model 3 before you could even see the car. So I put my $1,000 down. I also got FSD with both cars. And I've been super happy. So if you're thinking about getting a used Tesla, you're going to be super happy. You're going to love it. If you're thinking about upgrading your used Tesla, you're going to love that too. The reason I upgraded, so there are a few reasons. One is, the first reason actually, the used car market is super hot right now. And so it gave me this opportunity where I could sell my old car and get a new one and get a good price for it. The second thing was the government was going to be doing the electric tax credit. And so I put down my order. They actually removed it. They actually didn't follow through with that legislation by the time my order came around. But by that time, I felt like, okay, the price I could get for my used car was so good. And this leads me to the other reason, which is my 2019 Tesla Model 3 came with 204 miles of range, and I've driven it 38,000 miles. It is now down to 196 miles in terms of range. And so for me, that's plenty of range. I do some driving, I do some city driving, some highway, and that's more than enough for 98% of my use case. And I'm super happy with it. The only instances I felt like I was brushing up against that were if I was, like every once in a while I have a really busy, kind of like a business day where I'm going to this client or that client and that kind of stuff, going here or there over longer distances. And it's nice. And those are really the only times I had to supercharge in the middle of a day, like during a day. That was the only time. Other than the road trip, which road trips in Tesla are awesome. Don't let anyone tell you different. Autopilot's amazing, and you're going to totally love that experience. The only other reason you would want the longer range is if you were doing kind of like a road trip, like kind of a road trip out into kind of a rural area where you wouldn't have as many charging options, and you can still charge overnight with a 110 outlet. 12 hours gets you 60 miles. This is on like the outlet that you could plug in a toaster or your phone. They'll get you 60 miles overnight, so that's still a good option. It's just if you're kind of coming and going around that area for like a long weekend, it's nice to have that longer range. This is the 2022 long range Model 3. And it has a 358 miles of range. So I upgraded and I felt like, okay, the other thing is Tesla's really retained their value. So like, it's almost as if you can buy the best version that they have and use it. And then if you're ready to sell it at a later time, like it's really gonna have retained its value. So it's nice to get that range the whole time you're driving it. So this has 358 miles of range, and it feels amazing. Like going from 196 to 358, mine has like 273 miles of range right now. I feel like I can drive anywhere all day. I haven't even charged for a couple days now, and it's amazing. I highly recommend it. So that's really the only difference. So both these are amazing cars. You'd be extremely happy with either one. And I just wanted to, one more thing. So about FSD. So I got FSD with both cars. I paid $8,000 for mine when I got it in 2019, and for the 2022, I paid $10,000. And it was definitely a bummer to not be able to transfer FSD between the cars. It does look like it's harder to sell the old car with FSD to get full value, for a couple of reasons. One is FSD isn't totally done, still in beta mode. FSD take rates in the US are something around the teens maybe, and so not a ton of people know about it, not a ton of people want it, and so no, you're not able to get full value for that. But I feel like even in saying that, you're getting incredible value and incredible like staying power for what you buy with your car separate from FSD. And eventually FSD will be done. Who knows if it's going to be, a year from now, 3 years from now, 6 months from now. They're continue to open widen the beta. We're just gonna have to see, but it's really just an option that you can do if you want to, and you don't have to buy it if you don't want to. So that's some of my sales experience. This 2019 is still for sale, and I started with the price high, and I've been just lowering it a little by little, and eventually it'll sell. And honestly, like I'm gonna end up selling it for as much as I bought it for. So maybe more. Like I have it listed higher than what I bought it for. And gas prices are so high the whole time I was driving it. I mostly drove for free because my apartment here has free charging. And so if you're thinking about getting a Tesla, you should get a Tesla. If you want to get a Tesla, you should get a Tesla. Get a used Tesla, get a new Tesla. You're gonna love it. So I hope this is helpful in a comparison between the two cars. Again, there are a ton of Model 3 reviews. This was a way for you guys who have a Tesla already, or older Tesla, you've been with the company for a while, and you're thinking about, should I upgrade? Should I get a new one? I highly recommend. You're gonna be happy either way, keeping your used Tesla or getting a new one. So hope this is helpful. Thank you so much.